Every year, Apple plays the world like a symphony. You think you know the tune, and then they change the rhythm. This time, just when everyone thought the September event wrapped up the year, something unexpected started to take shape. Quietly, subtly, Apple is preparing for another surprise, the October 2025 event. And this one isn't small. It might turn out to be one of the biggest moments in Apple's recent history. See, Apple doesn't always hold an event in October. When it does, it usually means something big is happening behind the scenes. Something that redefines the Mac, the iPad, or even the entire Apple ecosystem. Think about it. Some of Apple's most important products were born in October. The first Retina MacBook Pro, the redesigned iPad Pro, even the first AirPods. October, for Apple, has always been about breaking patterns. And that's what makes this year so exciting. Because according to leaks, analysts, and whispers from reliable sources, October 2025 could introduce more than just new devices. It could mark the beginning of Apple's next technological era. But before we jump into what's coming, let's understand why October events matter so much. Why October events matter. Apple's product launches follow a rhythm, almost like seasons. June belongs to developers. It's WWDC, where software takes the stage. September is the blockbuster moment. iPhones and Apple Watches dominate headlines. Spring is for lighter refreshes, budget iPads, small accessories, or new colors. But October? October is different. It's Apple's wildcard month. Sometimes Apple skips it entirely. But when it does show up, history shows that something powerful is about to happen. October is when Apple focuses on its Pro lineup, MacBooks, iPads, and the products that show what the company's technology is truly capable of. It's strategic, too. By launching these products just before the holiday season, Apple ensures that every professional, student, and creator looking to upgrade can find something new before the end of the year. And this year, that strategy feels sharper than ever. Apple already had its big moment with the iPhone 17 lineup and the latest Apple Watch. Those sold millions, as expected. But to close the year strong, Apple wants to remind the world that it still leads in one crucial category: performance. That's where the M5 generation of Apple Silicon comes in. The M5 chip, the star of the show. If you think Apple Silicon has already peaked, think again. Since 2020, Apple has been on an unstoppable streak. M1, M2, M3, M4. Each one faster, more efficient, and more integrated with Apple software. Now the M5 is coming, and according to leaks, it's a major leap forward, not just a small update. Here's what's different this time. The M5 is said to be built on the same architecture as the A19 chip inside the iPhone 17 Pro. That means a complete redesign. Faster cores, smarter efficiency, and a brand new GPU built for heavy workloads like 3D rendering, gaming, and advanced AI. This chip is not just about power. It's about intelligence. Apple calls it the foundation of Apple Intelligence. Its expanding AI ecosystem. Think about how that changes everything. Photo editing in real time. Voice commands that truly understand context. Apps that adapt to your workflow instantly. It's not just a faster processor, it's a smarter one. The neural engine inside the M5 is reportedly the most advanced Apple has ever built. It's designed to handle machine learning tasks, AI generation, and real-time creative tools without relying on the cloud. That's key. It means your data stays on your device. Faster, safer, and private. It's Apple's quiet way of saying, we're doing AI, but we're doing it our way. And when you combine that with Apple's vertical integration, where the chip, software, and hardware are all built together, you get something no other company can replicate. That's why the M5 isn't just another processor. It's the brain of Apple's next decade. MacBook Pro with M5, a new level of performance. The first devices to carry the new chip will likely be the 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros. And yes, that's exactly what professionals have been waiting for. Expect 3 configurations: M5, M5 Pro, and M5 Max. The leaks suggest the M5 Max could completely redefine laptop performance. We're talking desktop-level GPU power that still runs cool and quiet. Apple's efficiency advantage means these Mac can ES will deliver insane power without overheating or draining the battery. Imagine editing 8K video without a single frame dropping, rendering massive 3D projects faster than before, or compiling code in seconds instead of minutes. That's what Apple is targeting: pro-level power in a laptop that stays silent. Now, don't expect a full redesign this year. Apple is reportedly saving the OLED MacBook Pro design for 2026. But the real story here isn't about how it looks. It's about what's happening inside. Battery life could hit record highs. Some tests suggest close to 30 hours on a single charge. That's almost double what most professional laptops can offer. Think about that for a second. A MacBook that can last an entire work trip, a full day of editing, and still have power left when you land. That's not just progress, that's freedom. The iPad Pro joins the M5 family. But the story doesn't stop at MacBooks. The iPad Pro is also ready for its own M5 transformation. Earlier this year, Apple made headlines by introducing OLED displays to the iPad Pro, the first in its lineup. Those displays are stunning, brighter, sharper, and more color accurate than anything before. Now Apple wants to match that display power with computing muscle. The M5 chip will make the iPad Pro feel less like a tablet and more like a portable workstation. It's the next step toward Apple's vision of the iPad as a professional creative tool. Artists will paint with zero lag. Designers will sculpt and render in real time. Editors will cut 4K footage directly on the iPad without hiccups. And there's more. One of the most interesting leaks points to dual front-facing cameras, one for portrait and one for landscape. If true, that's huge. It finally solves the awkward video call angle that iPads have struggled with for years. Whether you're in portrait mode sketching or in landscape mode for a meeting, the camera will always be in the right place. That's Apple's attention to detail. Quiet but meaningful changes that improve how people actually use their devices every day. Combine that with the rumored new Magic Keyboard, lighter, sturdier, and with better key travel, and you have a tablet that feels more like a MacBook replacement than ever before. For professionals on the go, this could be the perfect balance between power and portability. Apple's smart home push. But the October event won't just be about Macs and iPads. There's a growing buzz around Apple's smart home ecosystem. For years, Apple has been behind Google and Amazon in the smart home space. HomeKit worked well, but it never reached mainstream appeal. That might finally change. Leaks suggest Apple is preparing a new HomePod Mini, powered by a better chip and deeper integration with Apple Intelligence. That means smarter responses, faster commands, and potentially new colors to match your setup. There's also talk of new smart home devices joining the lineup. A video doorbell, security sensors, and an upgraded Apple TV designed not just for streaming, but also for gaming. Apple Arcade could finally get the boost it needs, turning the Apple TV into a small but powerful gaming console for casual players. And if all of this ties together, your Mac, iPad, iPhone, HomePod, and Apple TV, it paints a picture of Apple's ultimate goal: a seamlessly connected home powered by Apple Intelligence. That's the ecosystem vision Apple has been building piece by piece for years. Every device talks to each other. Every command feels natural. Every action is secure. It's not about selling individual products. It's about making the experience feel complete. AirTags 2, small product, big impact. Sometimes the smallest updates end up making the biggest difference. That's where AirTags 2 comes in. The first AirTags were simple but brilliant. A small coin-sized tracker that helped people find lost items through the Find My network. They were a hit, but not perfect. Battery life was short, and precision tracking sometimes lagged behind expectations. Now AirTags 2 aims to fix that. Leaks mention a longer-lasting battery, improved ultra-wideband accuracy, and tighter integration with iOS. It's not a flashy upgrade, but it's the kind of product improvement that quietly improves millions of lives. If you've ever lost your luggage, misplaced your wallet, or worried about your pet running off, you know how valuable this is. It's not about hype, it's about peace of mind. And that's what Apple does best. Vision Pro, the next chapter. And then there's the product that's been on everyone's mind since it first appeared, the Apple Vision Pro. When Apple introduced it, the world was stunned. It was bold, futuristic, and unlike anything else. But it was also expensive and limited. Now, Apple is ready to prove that Vision Pro is more than just a tech demo. Rumors suggest that a new Vision Pro, powered by the M5 chip, could make its first appearance, or at least be teased. It might not ship right away, but even a small preview would be enough to reignite interest. The M5's efficiency could mean lighter weight, better battery life, and maybe even a lower-cost model aimed at more users. That would be a smart move, because while the first Vision Pro introduced the concept of spatial computing, this next step could make it practical. Apple knows how to play the long game. They plant seeds early, and when those seeds grow, the entire tech landscape changes. Why the timing is perfect. So why now? Why not wait for spring? Simple. The holiday season. Apple's October events are perfectly timed to get new products into stores before the biggest shopping season of the year. By launching M5 powered MacBooks, iPads, and accessories right before the holidays, Apple captures the attention of both professionals and gift buyers. It's not just about selling. It's about staying top of mind. And when the world's biggest tech company makes its final move of the year, the entire industry listens. That's why this event matters. It's not about hype. It's about momentum. Apple knows that to finish 2025 strong, it has to remind the world of its edge. Innovation that's not just faster, but smarter. That Apple's story has always been about timing, precision, and control. Every product launch, every small reveal, every rumor that quietly escapes into the wild, it's all part of a larger rhythm. The October 2025 event, according to leaks, isn't just another tech showcase. It's the point where Apple ties together threads that have been building for years. In this section, we'll go deeper, beyond the new M5 Macs and iPads, and uncover what this event really signals for the future of Apple's ecosystem. The smart home push. Apple has never been in a hurry with the smart home. While Google and Amazon raced ahead, filling shelves with speakers, displays, cameras, and doorbells, Apple stayed quiet. It focused on stability, privacy, and integration. Now, it seems that silence is about to break. Leaks suggest that Apple will use this October event to relaunch its vision for the smart home, not just by refreshing existing devices, but by expanding the entire category. The HomePod Mini is rumored to get a new brain, a faster chip, better sound processing, and deeper links with Apple Intelligence, Apple's growing AI platform. That change alone might seem small, but it could redefine how people interact with Apple's ecosystem inside their homes. Imagine asking Siri to not just play music, but to adjust your lighting, manage your energy use, recognize who's in the room, and respond with personalized suggestions, all without sending data to the cloud. This is Apple's secret weapon, privacy as a product feature. Unlike its competitors, Apple's smart home devices don't rely on your information being stored elsewhere. Everything happens locally, processed securely on device. The new HomePod Mini could take that philosophy further. Beyond that, there are whispers about new devices. A video doorbell, for instance, one that connects seamlessly with iPhones and Apple Watches. No extra app, no login screen, just a notification with live view and facial recognition powered by Apple Intelligence. It would fit perfectly into the brand's design language. Simple, reliable, and safe. Then there's the Apple TV, a device that quietly sits in millions of living rooms but hasn't seen major upgrades lately. Rumors hint at a faster processor, possibly powered by the A17 Pro or even a scaled-down version of the M series chips. The goal isn't just smoother streaming, it's transformation. Apple wants to turn the Apple TV into a true gaming and smart home hub. With deeper Apple Arcade integration, it could become a family's shared entertainment system, bridging casual gaming, streaming, and smart home control in one elegant interface. What's fascinating is how these pieces connect. The HomePod listens, the Apple TV displays, your iPhone orchestrates, and through Apple Intelligence, they all start talking to each other. A single request, like movie night, could dim the lights, close the curtains, queue up a film, and silence notifications. That's not just convenience. That's orchestration. It's Apple transforming your home into an extension of its ecosystem. AirTags 2, the quiet revolution. In the world of Apple leaks, flashy products get the spotlight. iPhones dominate headlines. MacBooks fill timelines, and Vision Pro captures imaginations. But sometimes, it's the smallest devices that make the biggest difference. AirTags are a perfect example. When Apple released the first AirTags, they instantly became essential accessories. A coin-sized tracker that connected to the massive Find My network. Hundreds of millions of Apple devices helping you find lost keys, bags, or even pets. Simple, brilliant, and effective. But not perfect. Users complained about limited battery life and occasional accuracy issues. That's where AirTags 2 comes in. According to reports, Apple has spent more than a year refining them. The new AirTags 2 will likely feature upgraded ultra-wideband technology, the same precision chip found in the iPhone 17 Pro. That means faster, more reliable tracking with centimeter-level accuracy. The connection between your iPhone and your tag will feel almost instant, like they're part of the same device. Battery life is also said to improve significantly. Apple has redesigned the internal layout for better efficiency, allowing the tags to last longer on a single cell. And when they do run low, users might even receive smarter notifications through Apple Intelligence, predicting when replacements are needed based on usage patterns. But what's really interesting is how AirTags 2 fit into Apple's bigger picture. Every tag doesn't just help one person, it strengthens the entire Find My network. Each time a tag pings its location through nearby Apple devices, the grid becomes more accurate and more powerful. It's a self-reinforcing system, built quietly into the daily lives of millions of users. You might not notice it, but every iPhone you pass could be helping someone else find what they've lost. Apple doesn't advertise this as data collection. It's framed as community assistance, anonymous, encrypted, and decentralized. Yet behind that design is strategy. Every AirTag sold deepens user dependence on Apple's ecosystem. Lose something? You'll want an iPhone to find it. Replace your phone? You'll stay with Apple because your entire tracking network lives there. That's not just clever, it's genius. AirTags 2 might look like tiny updates, but they represent Apple's mastery of subtle dominance. Vision Pro, the future of spatial computing. No Apple product has divided opinions quite like the Vision Pro. When it first launched, it was called everything from revolutionary to unnecessary. It promised a new world of spatial computing, apps floating around you, digital screens blending with the real world, but came with a price tag that kept most people away. It was powerful but heavy, impressive but impractical. Now, leaks suggest Apple is preparing the next chapter. The October 2025 event could include the first public tease of the next Vision Pro generation. Internally, it's said to be codenamed Project Moonlight, powered by the new M5 chip. That alone would change everything. The M5 architecture, with its stronger neural engine and more efficient GPU, could allow Apple to make the headset lighter, faster, and significantly longer lasting. The original Vision Pro had a 2-hour battery life. The next one could easily double that. Apple's engineers have reportedly redesigned the headband and optics system to make the experience more comfortable, reducing eye strain and weight. The software, too, is evolving. Vision OS updates are introducing better multitasking, improved text input, and smoother integration with Mac and iPad workflows. But perhaps the most important change won't be hardware. It'll be positioning. Apple seems ready to shift the Vision Pro from a niche tech demo to a legitimate computing platform. Imagine connecting your MacBook wirelessly to the Vision Pro, expanding your workspace into a 360-degree digital environment. Or using Apple Pencil on a desk while seeing your drawings float in front of you in real time. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's Apple's vision of the post-screen era. Developers are the key to this future. Without Compel, Ling apps, even the most advanced headset can feel empty. That's why this October event might include new development tools, incentives, and deeper AI integration for Vision OS. The message is clear. Vision Pro isn't a one-time experiment. It's the foundation for what Apple calls spatial productivity. The combination of M5 power, lighter design, and Apple Intelligence could finally make it more than just a curiosity. It could make it essential. Timing and strategy. Why now? One question keeps coming up. Why October? Why not wait for next year's WWDC or launch everything together in September? The answer lies in Apple's precision timing. Apple doesn't chase chaos. Every announcement is calculated to sustain momentum through the year. WWDC in June sets the stage with software and long-term vision. September brings mass-market hardware like iPhones and watches. Then October, reserved for the professionals, the creators, the power users. It's the finale before the holiday season. The push that ensures Apple dominates both headlines and shopping lists. By releasing the M5 Macs, iPads, and accessories now, Apple positions itself perfectly for the holiday rush. Professionals upgrading their gear, students preparing for the next semester, families gifting new devices. It's not just marketing, it's logistics. Apple's supply chain peaks in the fourth quarter, and every launch builds on the last. But there's more. October launches help Apple shape investor sentiment. Each event becomes a signal, a reminder that innovation is still moving fast. Even when competitors release new AI features or flashy designs, Apple's quiet, consistent cadence reassures the market. We're still ahead. Timing also affects how the media tells Apple's story. Instead of one giant burst of attention in September, the October event creates a second wave of coverage. More buzz, more conversation, more relevance heading into the holidays. Apple doesn't just launch products, it choreographs the calendar. The bigger picture, Apple's ecosystem in motion. When you step back and look at everything, Macs, iPads, Vision Pro, HomePod, AirTags, it starts to make sense. Each product, while seemingly independent, is part of an invisible network. They're connected through Apple Intelligence, powered by M5 chips, and designed around the same goal: seamless experience. Apple's ecosystem isn't about specs anymore. It's about consistency. Start editing a photo on your iPad, finish it on your MacBook, and view it through Vision Pro in 3D. Your data, preferences, and workflows follow you automatically. That's the magic of Apple's unified architecture. It's not about one device being the best. It's about all of them working together better than anyone else's.